Dr. Jerryl Banait, this young man from Nagpur, dons several hats. A resident dermatologist who comes from a family of freedom fighters, strongly believes in the vision of a socially equitable India. His father says every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity is an obligation, and every possession comes with a duty. In his 28 years, he has achieved a lot. But if you were to ask him, he would smile and say, the journey has just begun. Dr. Jerryl Banait is a Guinness and Limca World Record holder for constructing the tallest worship lamp in the world. He is also an executive board member and legal cell head of United Residents and Doctors Association of India, a wildlife conservationist, RTI activist, a TED speaker. He has been a voice for voiceless animals and has fought multiple public interest litigations for tigers, wildlife, migratory corridors, environmental protection. Some of the cases worth noting are shoot-at-sight orders given against sub-adult tigress T27C1 Kismat. He has challenged 3 consecutive shoot-at-sight orders against her. Another significant case which he fought in the previous years was shoot-at-sight order given against tigress T1 Avni, whom he named after his father, Dr. Avinash Banait. He has challenged 2 shoot-at-sight orders given against her. He has fought cases for Avni in the Honorable Supreme Court. He also organized multiple protests to protect Avni and her 2 young cubs. These protests were organized in more than 58 cities of India at different times and at certain locations multiple times. He also organized and coordinated a global protest which happened in 33 cities, 11 countries and 5 continents at the same time, with the same theme to bring justice for tigress Avni and her cubs. Indian National Congress invited him to give his expert consultation for the 2019 General Election Manifesto. He presented his ideas to Mr. Shashi Tharoor. He has worked with most national and state politicians and Bollywood celebrities like John Abraham, Raveena Tandon, Rupali Ganguly to raise awareness about environment issues and to bring changes in the national policies. His NGO Avi Foundation's brand ambassadors are Major General of Indian Army, Mr. Vikram Dogra, and Mr. Dan Richardson, a Hollywood actor. Brian Burrow, an author of 2 international bestsellers, published his interview in Vanity Fair magazine in USA. He has been interviewed by practically all national and international media houses like BBC, New York Times, etc. Dr. Jerryl Banait has donated solar water tanks and fiberglass water tanks to quench the thirst of wild animals in the scorching summer months. Besides that, he has adopted multiple villages on the fringes of forests and looks after their medical concerns. He has also adopted mahawats and chara cutters of the elephants of Pench National Park. These elephants are used for tracking and tranquilizing the rogue wild animals. He has continuously been invited on various news channels as an expert on wildlife and tiger preservation. He has also been invited to various national and international forums as speaker. He has filed multiple public interest litigations for doctors and healthcare workers. During the first wave of COVID-19 pandemic, he filed a case in Honorable Supreme Court demanding PPE kits for all healthcare workers in Tier 1, 2 and 3 cities across the country. His efforts were rewarded and the export of PPE kits was stopped. Local manufacturing units got a boost and PPE kits of WHO standardization were provided to all healthcare workers across the country. He also demanded police protection for all healthcare workers. Post his case in the Supreme Court, if there is any violence on any healthcare worker, the accused can be sent to jail for 7 years and a fine of 5 lakhs can be imposed. Looking at the urgency of the situation, Honorable President of India, exercising his power, given under the Constitution of India, passed an amendment in the Epidemic Act of 1897, which came after 123 years of the existing law. In last 3 years, he has filed multiple public interest litigations and brought 2 national policy changes. He inspires youth and is looked upon by thousands of doctors and citizens of India. He believes that persistent and sincere efforts by working for society can bring a change in everybody's life. He also believes that any endeavor in which empathy holds the key will lead to a long-term solution.